We know the decision as to self-report misconduct is a difficult one for companies and their counsel. But remember the benefits that await you if you choose to do the right thing. The business case for compliance is clear.